Hello, and welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. That's right. That's what this game's called, right? Anyway, let's spend our shit. Crimson Nihility. I don't even know if I actually need more Nihility. Let's see how much of these I got. 26, 151. I should have enough, but let's just keep going. All right.
Ill tidings manifest. Converge and awaken.
Alright, today's agenda. Just be doing all those emo dials.
Time to say bye. Boom.
That'll be the main focus. I don't think it'll take too long, but you never know.
Relax.
Your end approaches.
Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Relax.
Savor it for me.
Ill fate descend. Time to say bye. Boom. Ill tidings manifest. Together as one. Stand still. Time to say bye. Boom. Relax. Didn't hurt. Stand still. Time to say bye. Boom. Ill fate descend. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Relax. Moments, creations. Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still. Converge and awaken. Relax. Time to say bye. Boom.
Alright, that should do it. Fantastic. Okay, let's change back to default team. Daily is complete. Almost maxed out this thing, which is great. Is there anything here? Gotten a plenty. Chaos Resurgence? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. No. Let's start with this. The setting sun is the most beautiful. Researcher Esther is having a rough day with her appearance. She's trying to figure out what style of glasses to wear. With your unique perspective on beauty, go and advise Esther. Well, the OG commish.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Oh, look at you.
Oh, there you are. I'm so sorry about that business with my hair. Didn't end up dyeing your hair. Contact lenses, but she's not gonna wear them. Done this before. This new? Why didn't you tell me that you've already done this experiment before? I could have just asked you. Didn't tell you, but I bought a second-hand device a couple of days ago and blew out my budget. I feel like I paid too much. Any price is the same for anyone who really needs it. Anyway, you've bought it now, so let's just put it to use. The experiment cannot wait. Well, that was actually completely unrelated, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, look at...
Definitely apostolic. Alright. Let's go have a chat with Pom Pom first. What's happening, Pom Pom? Cascade? What's weighing on your mind? The next adventure to... yeah, whatever. Hello, before. Good dang it. One not just there. Cosmic geology.
It's getting late. Where to
Not
now?
geography. Alright, that's that. Let's start with the mission then. Clockwork Benny. Tick-tock. Quick, adjust the hands. Tick-tock. People's minds await your exploration. Help them regain their true selves. Right. Oh, so they're in different locations. Alright, let's see which one's closer.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Yeah, I was actually looking at this one. No, those signboards, they were novelty at first, but now, my god. Now I want to destroy them. It's so annoying.
I wonder if exercising...
What are you doing? Spying? Alright. Hey, Uma. Thurman.
Don't leak the contents of this conversation.
Uma's expression betrays no hint of joy nor sorrow. The very likeness of when she's reporting on the news.
Once again, another moment of peace has passed golden hour by.
What are your thoughts on the Dream Edge project?
The Dream's Edge? Oh, I remember it. It's the city's new city expansion project that's been loaded to the skies by the family, right? For those who are full of praise, I doubt whether they have really been there. I visited the place and I must say I'm not impressed. I agree.
Yeah. Lackluster. There's nothing there.
Eh? You aren't part of the family. How did you... Forget it.
Uh-oh.
It's none of my business. Anyway, that new city is nothing but mediocre if you ask me. Visitors who come to Penacony nowadays are very fussy. Just take a look at Golden Hour. I can't believe there are people who are sick of this extravagant place.
Well, I can't say there's much here. You can't go anywhere.
I heard that Benny guy, the head of the project, boasted about creating a dreamscape metropolis that had never been seen before. What he and his team are churning out seems nothing new to me. It's just old wine in a new bottle. Dream chasers nowadays have seen it all. Gone are the days when you can easily grab attention by piling different ideas together, stiffly. Miracle Benjamin's style is just outdated.
Please rate his work.
Huh? I didn't know I had to do that. If I must give his work a score, it's probably a 7 out of 10. Visitors who are used to Benny's usual virtual reality design might lap it up, right?
7 out of 10, how generous.
After all, it's built with Golden Hour as its foundation. The result shouldn't be too bad. Years ago when Benny's Castle was released, I even did an interview with Miracle Benjamin's studio. In that time there was indeed a leader in the industry. Now alas, it might be true that one's ambition and talent will one day be exhausted.
Yeah, while I'm here,
Don't leak the contents of this
activate clockwork. Let me touch your fluff ball. Calm. Current emotion can be tuned via two sides. Angry. Happy. Sad. Always sad. Human's emotion has been tuned to sad.
I've never actually thought about being a reality fixer-upper before. My dream was always an investigative reporter, chasing down hidden truths throughout the cosmos so that people would no longer be misled by low-quality information. But thanks to the cancer of all worlds, all I can do is remain here in the dreamscape and help the family smooth over their misdeeds. The very truth I want to pursue has turned out to be the most insignificant thing of all. I know all of this is necessary and a means to maintaining stability in the dreamscape. However, it's just ironic that I have to betray my own ideals for the sake of Penacony.
Don't leak the contents of this conversation.
Ideals will only shake the stability of people's lives. How ironic.
Now can I touch the fluff ball on your head?
The only time you're trying to do something rude. Fluffballs are very personal things when it comes to peppershy people. There's going to be serious consequences if you pet them without consent.
So I'm asking.
I had that one peppershy ended up changing their gender entirely after having their fluffball stroked. That's scary. I will pass your transgression this time, but not again.
Don't leak the contents of this.
Let's make you angry. Uma frowns, and the fluff ball on her head danced back and forth in anger.
Penacony News. Sounds pretty prestigious, right? But if you ask me, it's college radio. Sure, they've got a bunch of fancy titles like nominated for the Joseph Journalism Award and Top 100 Writer in the Cosmos, but in actuality, they're such hacks that they're almost as bad as the paparazzi. There was a draft they put out a while ago that actually mentioned the Miss Robin scandal. That's outrageous. Luckily, I never made it to air.
Luckily, it never made it to air.
Are these people really so clueless? Weaving a sweet dream is no easy task. So do you really have to pump that dream bubble with a needle? Should stuff their mouths full of cake instead.
It's the news after all.
Uma frowns, yeah. Can I touch it? Right.
It's
She's so angry. Be happy.
Another instant of peace passed in the golden hour. Wonderful. I can feel that this is the family's dream. I might not meet everyone's expectations, but at least it can leave a deep impression on some of the people. Looks like my work has some value after all, and nothing's worth celebrating more than that.
And that concludes the news. I wish you all
Don't leak the contents of this conversation.
Well, my idea is to get everyone sad, so okay.
Part of the family. Raise a glass and enjoy feasts fit for a king.
Okay, so there should be significantly less Emo dolls than I had anticipated. What are you doing? I find I can't bear to watch. Should be more careful from now on. To be honest, it's kind of funny.
What a sight. Thank goodness Intellitrons are thick-skinned and meaty. They'd be a goner if you were a normal person.
Intellitrons are not organic life at all. How can you call them tough, skinned and meaty? They're made of steel.
That car looks quite expensive. I wonder what happened to the people in it.
Well, they just drove off, it seems.
If the person driving somehow got knocked awake, they'd probably be steaming mad at in the dream pool.
That's hilarious. But in Penacony, it's totally normal. This limo nearly broke the glue seal on my outer shell.
Are you all good? What happened here?
Can't you tell? Got hit by a car. I pulled a hand-polished shell. It's all scratched up. It's in the dream, bruh. I was just walking down along the street as per normal when that car suddenly drove halfway across the lane to hit me. Who knows whether this was a hate crime targeting silicon-based life forms. If he can't make a satisfactory settlement, then he'll never hear the end of this from me.
Won't that be too harsh? You're right. You should pay your compensation.
I mean, so. Yeah, you should pay. So you got a good head on your shoulders. You can afford to drive that kind of car in Penacony, then money is just a number to you. So they can bring their money from outside into the dreamscape, and don't blame me for taking their money from pockets back to the outside. Really have to hand it to my sturdy buddy this time. Carbon-based life forms can't handle that. Where's the car though? Where's the car though? There is no car. Oh wait! The car in the sky here. The car that just hit someone, or got hit by someone, is stopped in place. No sound can be heard within. Knock on the window.
Who's that? Didn't I tell you not to bug me until the family gets here?
I'm here to sort out the situation.
What's there to sort out? Aren't the facts already clear enough? I was just driving on the street when that iron skull suddenly jumped down from the side and ran right straight into my car. My car got sent off course by several meters with a loud bang as if I was hit by a rock. It's outrageous. Is this how they run insurance scams these days? So blatant. I'll have you know that I have contacts in the Alfalfa family.
Shouldn't you pay compensation after hitting someone with a car? Were you really just driving normally? Wait, sorry. Yeah, were you really just driving normally?
How else? What kind of grudge would I have against him to deliberately crash a car this pricey into him? This is a new car that I just picked up. One of only 12 Steinway Raptors throughout the whole dreamscape. Do you really think he could pay this back?
This guy can't explain himself without a problem. I don't know how to solve it, unless you know something, Vitali.
My glass bottle can do a backflip!
Adorable these props are. Alright. So adorable. So happy. Now be calm. Vitali's emotion being tuned to calm. Come to think of it, there's no difference between training props and training animals. Most importantly, I must be able to earn money from it. Now we have come to this, why not introduce more exciting performances? Get the glass bottle to walk on tightrope and the trash can jump through fire hoops. Once the customers are happy, I won't have to worry about the money. And if the customers are keen to try new things, I can always let them experience the feeling of training props. Now I can get both my money and my work done. What a great idea, I just need to stay calm and great money making ideas just keep flowing. On second thought, the Konai train tasted delicious. Maybe it would be a good idea to sell crunchy rolls instead. Crunchy scones instead. Now that the passion for his career has melted away, Tyler's mind is only filled with business ideas. Oh, that's not good.
This is much more interesting than animals.
Hey, I'm sure I can make big bucks with this idea. Let's get angry. Useless items. Garbage. You can't even get anything right after all that training. That Derek glove can't even pick up a bottle cap after 6 months of training. All it needs to do is pick the money from the audience's pockets. It only has one job and it can't do it. Did you train the glove to steal? That's awful. What steal? That's just an indirect way to urge the audiences to give us tips. Moreover, the value of these items lies in the fulfillment of human needs. My need is cash. Cash is king. As long as they can still move, they should do their best to entertain the audience and make money for me. Unless they can magically conjure up some credits, they'll save so many tedious steps in between. To think I've spent so much effort and time to train these props. Is it wrong for me to ask a little reward, huh?
My glass bottle can do a backflip!
Props are useless. Alright, time to be sad. Come to think of it, I have been in Penacony for quite a long time. In the beginning, I was here to pursue my dream, but now I don't even remember what was my dream. Fame, wealth, happiness, all these things attract me, yet I can't seem to get a hold of any of them. I'm a failure. Can't even find someone who is willing to hear me out. In the end, only voiceless props will listen to my vocals. They are like my partners. Boy, now I sound so pathetic. I need some snacks to lift my mood. Fantastic. Maybe I can make this drive into him. Go this way! Over here! Well, I'm not sure how to solve this problem, but whatever. What? Dear miss, please stay for a while. There's no need to hurry in this dreamscape where time stands still. It doesn't exactly stand still. Here, please take this pamphlet. I'll be performing the Song of Beauty at this concert. Please don't miss it. The Planet of Canticles, Final Song, Song of Beauty concert. Music enthusiasts from all over the universe. Did you know that there was once a planet of canticles in the cosmos called Mendasia? Under the guidance of beauty, the people there indulged in singing and dancing, using the entire world as their platform to explore the beauty of music. Unfortunately, the deaf-mute destiny is incapable of appreciating art. This paradise fell alone with their goddess before it could be known to the cosmos. The planet's residents lost the gaze from the beauty, but the magnanimous Great One of Harmony opened their arms for the people. Thanks to the Arias family's effort, the remaining residents of the planet of Canticles have arrived in Penacony. La Rose Sally, heir of the heritage of Mandasian folk songs and a famous musician, will present the lost song of beauty to you in the dream. They are about to embark on a trip that traverses numerous amber eras. The voice of Mandasia will bring you back to the time when Adrilla was still glowing in the universe and ignite your desire for beauty. Whether you are an ardent fan of classical music or a follower of cosmic pop music, this exceptional auditory extravaganza is not to be missed. The Planet of Canticle's final song, Mandasian folk song concert, will eternally preserve everything that is beautiful in this world via songs. Preserve everything that is beautiful in this world. Wait a minute. Set lists. Queen of Mandasia. Eyes in the Mirror. Rose and Metals. The Lonely Ceramic Knight. Sky Mirror. Melodic Rendezvous. Raining Notes. Adrilla's Kiss. The concert set lists and sequence of songs are subject to change prior to live performance. Venue, Pillow Theatre, 142 Claw Avenue, Golden Hour, Penacony. Prohibited items, controlled items such as thermokinetic quantum energy weapons, weapons. Flammable explosive items. Food and beverages. Sound amplification equipment. Dangerous substances. Unauthorized professional filming equipment. Flying devices. Negative emotions. Other items explicitly prohibited in Dreamscape or other items the Bloodhound family deems incompatible with the concert are having an obvious safety risk. I'll be back for you, Lodos.
This will strengthen our position.
Will of preservation.
Anyway, let's go for more of these.
Constructing dreams is something sacred, reflective.
Hirata Heiji.
My friend, please allow me a moment. I would like to interview you. Are you familiar with anime?
I'm not. Tell me about it. Let me teach you. I'm an anime expert.
Are you not yourself an anime character?
Yeah, aren't you an anime character?
What a strange thing to say. How could I be an anime character? Anime characters are all either cool or cute. You think I'll live up to that? I originally came to Penacony to expand my outlook as an anime artist, but I find that I have fallen into confusion and no longer know what anime even is anymore. I always thought that I was an authority in the modern anime world, but now I feel like I'm far less knowledgeable than I imagined.
Can I touch the fluff ball on your head?
It won't turn you into an anime expert, you know.
I still want to touch it.
What exactly is the second dimension? I can't figure it out.
Hirata Heiji furrows his brow, mumbling something to himself. Seems that he's deeply considering the future of the anime industry in his homeland. Let's talk about anime.
Alright, perhaps through talking with you, I'll be able to expand my knowledge, thinking and escape this slump.
Why do you think that you don't understand what anime is?
It's a long story. I was once the Minister of Education and Technology in Tokiwa. Once my time in that capacity ended, I came to Penacony to research the local anime industry. I actually originally came just to perform interviews, but I quickly realized that the anime industry here was completely different to how I had understood it to be. Anime works in Tokiwa have gradually formed a set of complete standards and norms, a well-formed template for what kinds of characters to write, what kinds of world views to feature, and what kinds of stories to create has been set in place for a very long time. However, animations and comics in Penacony are not this way. A lot of the characters and plot devices used here, at least in Tokyo market, were where I have people screaming, "This is an anime." I originally kept a curious mind when I came in contact with these works. The level of imagination in them far exceeded my expectations.
It is anime. They're all anime. It's just animation.
It is a level of imagination that only the sages of Tokyo once had. One that had not been seen in Tokyo for a long time. So I began to waver. Could it be that the cool anime in Tokyo had long since degraded to become a boring set of tropes? And those standards that we once held so proudly could be incorrect?
What is your home like? I like how he's asking me a question, I'll just ignore him.
Tokyo is a country of sparse natural resources, and our most valuable export in the IPC trade system is our anime artwork. So, for a long time, making anime has been part of the Tokyo people's upbringing. Any educated person can draw manga, and the people never won't vote in a political figurehead who hasn't been part of an anime's creation. However, as time has progressed, our works have become more and more stale, and creators are reluctant to step outside of this so-called template. I once believed that this was a result of Tokiwa's literary creations being on the right track. That wasn't until I came to Pentagon and suddenly realized I might have killed the creativity of countless potential geniuses. Saying that, the more I think about what anime actually is and what standards should anime really obey, the more lost I become.
Now things to take care of. Let's speak again another time.
Alright, if you get more time, you can talk to me about understanding of anime.
How about it? Activate clockwork. It's calm. Oh, time to be angry. I know your thoughts.
I've started to hate myself. Truly, I despise myself. The citizens of Tokyo have selected me to be their minister, yet I allow myself to be immersed in delusions of stability. Everyone knows that it is precisely when things are peaceful they should begin to prepare for disaster.
Exactly.
The day comes, a day that I don't think is far away, when Tokyo anime falls into decline. Then my time spent as the Minister of Education and Technology was my biggest sin to my people. The only reason that our audience are still able to accept Tokyo anime is because they've long since grown used to it. It's not because of our works are the best in the cosmos at all. When people realize that in those corners, there are countless greater works hidden in the galaxy's unexplored corners, a great anime empire will meet its day of judgment.
Broken dreams.
What exactly is the second dimension? I can't figure it out.
Hirata Heiji stares into the sky, his eyes wide with anger. It's time to be happy.
You know what? That is okay too. Although I suffered a great culture shock, is that not a good thing? I am a retired official, a politician, and a household name across Tokyo. But before all these things, I'm an anime artist. I like manga, as it is the greatest storytelling art form in existence. However, if I had never come to Pentagon and experienced this shock, I fear that my knowledge of manga would have been forever stuck in the shallows. I shall continue to reference the Pentagon anime industry, learn the techniques, and research their storytelling. Finally, I will combine them with our Tokyo techniques and become an artist like no other. I am truly fortunate to have this opportunity. Truly. I am confident that I can become a great manga artist, just like Tokyo's founding sages.
Pursuit. If all decisions are solely driven by cost effectiveness, it will only result in a constant stream of trash being produced. I suppose, yes.
Constructing dreams.
What exactly is the second dimension? I can't figure it out.
Hirata Heiji furrows his brow, but a smile hangs at the corners of his lips. It's time to be sad. Turn that smile upside down.
I was too oblivious to our crisis. Tokyo's market is sufficiently developed and we have always occupied considerable shares within the IPC trade system. So I always believed that our anime industry was just fine. It wasn't until I came to Pentagon that I realized how close we were to crisis. I served as the Minister of Education and Technology for many years, so I know very well the market potential contained within the Penacony anime industry. What it takes would be for them to increase their market operations, and the Tokugawa anime empire would fall into catastrophe. It's time for change. Crisis is always closer than it seems.
Constructing dreams
Confounding.
is something sacred, reflective.
Family supervision. Even the wildest imaginations must be curbed.
Constructing dreams
That's the duty of the
is
Family
something sacred,
Surveillance Agency.
reflective.
Surveillance agency charged with overseeing the entire Dream's
Constructing
Edge
dreams
construction, as well
is
as
something sacred,
driving out people who should not be here.
reflective.
Like me? Sir Whitaker. Ah, it's a young dream chaser. I hope you've had a wonderful experience in Penacony's dreamscape. After all, such is the wish of all family members. The old man seems to have seen right through you. Obviously, he knows you shouldn't be here. I earn my living here. I just happened to lose my way. Time to earn some living. There is a hint of disdain in the faint smile surfacing on Sir Whitaker's face. Those who are wealthy enough to spend in Penacony have something in common. They're all pretty good at lying. Obviously, it's a talent you don't have. There's no need to worry. I don't find your presence here inappropriate. You're a kind soul, although you sometimes act recklessly and tend to break rules. None of those changes your true nature. What many don't realize is that the rules we establish on the Dreamscape aren't strict laws. They're more like recommendations. When you do something that crosses the line, it doesn't necessarily result in punishment. In fact, behaviors that deserve punishment should have been nipped in the bud when they are still an idea. That's how the family handles things. Who exactly are you? A humble family member and a friend of all, to all Penacony's guests. That's it. You can continue your journey or ask questions. The Dream of Festivities will respond to all your requests. What do you think of the Dream's Edge project? Ah, how amusing. It seems like some people are keen to know how the family views their work, but have too much pride to ask themselves. This is human nature. Miracle Benjamin is a team that has been well known for quite some time in the cosmos. I have heard of their past work and accomplishments. Over the past half-amber era, Miracle Benjamin has proven itself to be capable of creating memorable virtual reality worlds. The family believes that a team like that has what it takes to be the Dreamweavers of Penacony's new city. However, my hopes aren't high. The family's decision to hire this team is more of a gimmick. Times have changed. To some extent, a good gimmick is all that matters, but not the substance. As for Benny, Sir Whitaker sneers. He is a master of creating gimmicks.
Care to elaborate? He seems excited all the time.
I do not wish to go into the details. However, it didn't end up well when he made that promise at the public press conference.
You haven't shared your views about the project.
My views? Well, it meets my expectations. By the time the city is built and ready to welcome dream chasers, this is what I think will happen. Some will come under fire for blindly supporting the project, and some will be sitting on the edge of their seats, waiting to see the studio's reputation take a nosedive. As for the rest, which makes up to 90% of the public, they simply won't care.
Yep.
They will come here to splurge and have a good time as usual. They never care about improvement. Anything new will be enough to meet their needs. 7 would be a reasonable score. The project fulfills the needs of the family and reflects the current standard of Miracle Benjamin. Benny might argue to the contrary, but it's an irrefutable fact. Another 7 out of 10.
Constructing dreams is something sacred, reflective.
I'll say 7 out of 10 is way too generous. This might actually be.
Constructing dreams is something sacred.
Actually, there's nothing here, so maybe I'll be like 4 out of 10. I was thinking maybe 5, but no, 4. So
I
Whittaker.
value orderliness in things.
So Whittaker's visage is expressionless, his cold gaze piercing through your face. As long as you're willing to abide by the rules of the dreamscape, he will provide you with as much as I can. Some may tell you that the guests are not welcome at the Dream's Edge, but if you ask me, I'd say there's nothing wrong with you being here. You can continue your journey or ask questions, and Dream Up Festivities will respond to all your requests. There's some things I want to find out more about. I'll tell you everything I know, honored guest. What are you doing here? Observation. That's what I'm doing. Sounds pretty easy to me. So you're basically doing nothing, right? So Whittaker seems to acknowledge your words with a slight nod. Life in a dreamscape has never been difficult, but everyone is fettered by their mindset and imagination, mistakenly believing that they still have to obey the laws of no pain, no gain. Little do they know, they can have everything they want here just by learning to observe. You seem perceptive. Perhaps you will master the way to observe the dreamscape someday like I do. What kind of behavior is sanctioned by the family? Any behavior that may disrupt the dreamscape's order or infringes upon the rights of other guests will be sanctioned. This kind of sanction is a direct reflection of punishments. In the real world, the family doesn't inflict pain as sanction. That will drive many guests away. Instead, our method is more targeted and discreet. It can effectively prevent the possibility of crimes in the dreamscape without drawing the attention of the guests. Is that something you can divulge? That sounds fishy to me. This isn't a secret. Any guest has the right to learn about these rules. So Whittaker cracks a subtle smile. It's just that no one has ever asked about it. Do you know Watchmaker? Oh, Watchmaker. The name has become an icon that draws many to Penacony. I have no complaints about that. Yet, I won't talk anyone into probing the secrets of Watchmaker. Your journey in the dreamscape might be more fulfilling if you forget about it. Of course, this is just my humble opinion, which you aren't obliged to heed. That's the beauty of it. You're free here, and no one can stop you from pursuing the treasures buried within. That's all for now. Except it's
I
not.
value orderliness in things.
Activate clockwork. You're calm? How about being angry? So Whittaker's visage is expressionless, his sharp gaze piercing through your face. I've always been passionate about observing the guests who come to Penacony. Why would people choose to leave the reality they are familiar with for the dreamscape? Till today, I'm still searching for the answer. More than half of the guests here are well-known figures in their respective homeworlds. Some of them are even ultra-rich tycoons with enough wealth to rival an entire planet. They're happily reaping the benefits of their fame in the real world, but the trillions of souls already struggling for survival in the cosmos. These individuals are already living in a dream. Yet they leave behind the comforts of their lives to come here. There must be some underlying commonality and reasoning behind this choice. Of course, there's also a more straightforward explanation. They are merely moths drawn to a bright neon signs. An ignorant gaggle of fools who worship meaningless hedonism. Sir Whitaker's face breaks into a smirk of mockery, disdain, and sympathy. Compared to them, I'm more interested in the dream chasers who risk everything in their venture. It's all or nothing for them, and they're here to pursue something that might not even be real. I suppose you're one of them. Please take these ID tokens. Don't forget to treat yourself while you're striving for your dream.
The dreamscape is beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it? So Whitaker's vision, yeah, whatever. The power you have, it's very special. Relax. I won't do anything to you nor investigate the source of your power. I'm just curious. What kind of groundbreaking deeds will someone with that power achieve here in the future? This is very interesting. You've met a lot of the so-called big shots. The future contains endless possibilities for you. Maybe there's a chance. The next planet of festivities. Oh, I was just mumbling to myself. Here's a gift from me. Just see it as my personal investment in your future. Nice.
The dreamscape is beautiful, isn't it?
Did they have to say the same lines in different type of expressions? Time to be sad, motherfucker. Let me tell you a story. A long time ago, even before the family started the construction of the planet of festivities, Penacony was a state of pandemonium. The dreamscape at that time was no different from a nightmare. Thanks to a string of coincidences, the family was able to take over this land of dreams. We spared no effort and finally turned around Penacony's bad reputation in the universe, then transformed it into the planet of festivities that you now see. The family has been so successful in Penacony because we chose the right direction right from the start. We were the first to discover the need to control the rampant emotional energy as it was destroying the dreamscape. The emotions that sentient beings possess are delicate and precious, but most of us do not realize their dangerous side. All crimes in the world are driven by impulses that stem from emotions. I hope you know enough about human emotions, or you'd be playing with fire. Resignation. Endless meetings and formalistic processes are the greatest antagonists of artistic creation.
Constructing dreams is something
so maybe I shouldn't make them all angry, otherwise family supervision authority. Okay, yeah.
Dreams are supposed to be confusing.
Miss Claudia's here.
Asuka, Intellatron Dreamweaver. Architecture is not an art, nor should it be. Only those with low capability are obsessed with art because they do not have the capacity to utilize technology. Fair enough. That's a little extreme. I see you have overheard me talking to myself. How embarrassing. Asuka's face shows absolutely no signs of embarrassment. I'm not surprised that you would say this. The majority of organic life forms love to extol and obsess over this art that does not even exist, so as to cover up their technological incompetence. My apologies. My use of words was a little harsh. I do not intend to mock you or other organic life forms. If I have offended you, please accept my sincere apologies. It's just that my organic life form students just don't understand what I'm teaching them. There's lit a fire in my stomach, and I could not help but blurt out these harsh words. Of course, art is important. It's just there is no way that art exists and an independent characteristic is merely an aesthetic landscape that is naturally produced as a result of a function. My apologies. I always end up lecturing people like this. Of course, if you do not take offense, I would like to continue our discussion. Let's discuss. All right. I'm very happy to communicate with you. What do you do? I was once an architecture professor in the Sharon-Targan System Alliance. Now I am a professor of dream construction technology at Paperfold Academy. Normally, after I finish work in the moment of soul, I come to golden hour to relax by myself. An architect and a dreamweaver. The two jobs have no intrinsic difference, although there are many differences in the methods of construction. To us designers, the work is the same. However, the dreamscape is a place of greater freedom. Many conceptual buildings that originally would have never made it further than a blueprint are completely possible in Penacony. Really? These buildings seem pretty generic to me. I have never thought that it's a good thing. This allows dreamweavers in Penacony to fall into the bad habits of focusing on ideology and constructing a load of non-user-friendly garbage structures. For example, what if there's a switch that could turn off gravity and allow people to walk along walls? Is this function useful? Is it fun to get wrapped up in this nonsense? Though I fear that it will not be easy for me to reverse this trend of pretentious aesthetics alone. Are your students that bad? Bad? They are not. They are excellent young people. It's just that my students and I may be the epitome of mutual torment. I hate that they spend their days chasing artistic ideas that are based on nothing and overlook the fact that the innate nature of architecture is practicality. They also hate that I will not allow them to go and freely chase their dreams. In their eyes, I am just a classic Intellitron professor, inflexible, outdated, and incapable of understanding the pursuits of organic life forms. They are like characters out of some organic supremacist film that looks down on Intellitrons. But they do not understand me. No architecture. Perhaps I do not understand them well enough either. I just wish that they would not truly hate me. Alright, have a good one, Z. I have things to do. Bye. Farewell, my lovable friend.
When crafting dreamscapes, always be wary of the shifting point of reference.
In truth, there is no evidence that states that organic life forms are more romantic or have greater understanding of art than the inorganic. Many people just choose to attack my identity as an Intellitron, as they do not have a way to refute this view. Alright. It's time for you to be angry. I imagine that sounds terrible, but it is my truth. I truly wish that they would come to understand. It is not that their Professor Asaka could never understand their art. But if they just wish to focus on art, they should have become artists. The dream construction department does not need all this unrealistic dreamweavers. Just what is the art of architecture? It's simple. A building is a type of machine. Then what is the art of machinery? What does the most beautiful spaceship look like? An exterior design that eases navigation? A body constructed from a sturdy and safe material? A low emission and high efficiency imaginary intrakinetic engine? A ship like this is the most practical and the most beautiful, is it not? Perhaps a spaceship is too complicated for you. Let me talk about something you're more familiar with. A toilet. Though I have never used one, I understand that the most important facets of a toilet are comfort, cleanliness, and convenience. Let's imagine the perfect toilet that implements the principles of practicality. You would have a ergonomic streamlined seat that offers the comfort of a throne. Its surface will be coated with an inert bioporcelain that is always free of odors and dirt. It will be infused into the bathroom wall to leave no corners for bacteria to thrive. Now imagine that the designer of such a toilet would never have the word artistic across their mind. Yet this toilet would without a doubt be a work of art. In terms of aesthetics, it is undoubtedly perfect. Buildings are a type of machine. Something that is completely suited to use by organics is naturally beautiful. There is no need for people to flip the process on its head in a meaningless search for artistic beauty. This art that they pursue is merely some unrealistic hypothesis. The art of architecture that these pitiful architectural masters have spent their entire lives striving to conceive is not even equal to a simple toilet.
When crafting dreamscapes, always be wary of the shifting point of reference.
If I'm honest, I think about quitting my job at the Paperfold Academy every day. People in our dreamscape are even more unrealistic than those outside. Sometimes I want to beat them over for their ideas, then drag them into a dark room and beat them until they abandon their dreams entirely. Oh, okay. Happy? You be happy? Honestly, I still enjoy designing buildings. I like being an architect and a dream weaver. I am also in no way opposed to humans pursuing art. I am just opposed to architects and dreamweavers wildly mistaking what is truly important. There is one principle that should be remembered at all times. Form must always follow function. If you can realize this principle, functionality will naturally bring out the beauty of the form. I have never once seen a building that was functional but ugly. In truth, as an Intellitron, I have a terrible temper, and sometimes I am unwilling to properly communicate with my students. If we could communicate properly, perhaps they would understand that I mean well. Perhaps one day in class, when I am in as fine a mood as I am now, I'll be able to discuss this topic properly with them. It is just a shame that the moment I arrive at the school, my voltage starts to rise, and I imagine it will not be easy to find such an opportunity. I'm so happy.
Dreams introduce us to the uncharted architectures, not to insurmountable constructions.
I'm only able to continue my teaching position at Paperfold Academy due to this burning passion. I find no joy in my work anymore. It is only when I come to golden hour to relax that I can feel some of this long-lost happiness. Alright, Clockwork, it's time to be sad. Everyone will be sad. I think I mentioned to you before, I was a university professor when I was in Sharon Targan. I was an instructor in the Department of Architectural Design at Herzinger Targan Memorial University. For the school's 500th anniversary celebration, I led the design of an auditorium with a 30,000 person capacity. At the time, I was heavily influenced by Mannerist teachings, and I was obsessed with making overly complex and non-user-friendly buildings. The Herzinger Auditorium was my proudest work at that time. However, in order to create this great work, I sacrificed a lot of elements that a building was supposed to have. For example, a set level of safety. It really was just a little safety precaution that I sacrificed. Just a tiny one. I am not a madman, so I would never completely forsake safety. But just a little sacrifice in safety led to nearly 20,000 students and teachers. I can't bring myself to talk about it. You can look it up for yourself. The disaster of the Herzinger auditorium collapse. There are a number of documentaries detailing it. Oh. So he was an idealist when he was young. And that's why he's so against ideals. Form over function over form. After the incident, many people came to my defense. They said that it was not my fault. They said that it was the construction company's fault, that they made a mistake when selecting materials. But I knew very well that this was my mistake. Since then, I have hated myself to my core, and hated this blind worship of the art of architecture. This path we plotted killed so many people. Angry. It's a shame that those who know nothing about dream building are assigned the duty of leading the Dreamweavers. How laughable. Oh, all that's left is Woolsey, right?
Constructing dreams is something sacred.
Dream is effortless.
Absorb emotions. I've been working on it for a month. Now it's almost done, and he suddenly told me it's not thrilling enough. But he never mentioned that requirement before. That's tough. How did you handle it? What else could I do? I made some changes and presented the new design to him a few days later. The one I showed you earlier. And I got rejected again. Why? Wasn't it good enough? Because it was not romantic enough. What the hell? Ridiculous, right? Guess what happened next? I considered his requirements comprehensively and holistically, and spent another week coming up with a new version. It's the Spider Path Garden, right? That's an awesome design. And then it got rejected again. Not well proportioned.
And it got rejected again.
Huh? Well, he hesitated for a long time and finally said, maybe let's just use the initial plan. Angry. They were angry? You sound pretty sad to me. Maybe I sound sad. Well, anyway, who's down here? Needing any emo dolls down here?
Always coming up with bizarre.
Absorb emotions. I'll leave Dreamweaver. Didn't I warn you before? I told you several times. You think you know everything? If you're so capable, why don't you just handle a problem beforehand? Yeah, easy to see it now, right? You dare say it again? You just gotta control your temper, you old idiot. That's why you never won an argument with me. You deserve it. Well, that's happy. You know what? Whatever.
That Colleen is always coming up with bizarre ideas.
Bizarre ideas. How can a request ever be fulfilled? It's not like we have that many model resources. Overtime female Dreamweaver. Is it Colleen? What weird idea does she have again? She said that our current dreamscapes are too mundane. We should include dramas like a galactic battle or some lovers to enemies soap opera. Here's her proposal document. Tell her there mustn't be any tragedy or violence in dreams. If the guests become too agitated or emotional, they might even wake up from the dream. Calm again. Oh, well, whatever. Claudia. Wait, didn't it say it's Claudia? It's Claudia? There's children over there. I mean, Pepeshi.
The meaningless lights faint. The shadows slumber neath the curtain. On a downcast moonlit night. Hello. It's pretty here, isn't it? Look, out in the distance. See those Dreamweavers? It's they who meticulously selected beautiful shaped shards from the shattered remains of reality, then painted them with their imagination and inspiration, finally weaving them into this city of dreams, steadfast and orderly. Interesting, no? Like writing an elegantly compelling story, removed from reality, free but devoid of chaos, rendered even more exquisite by stripping down their disorderly impurities. Now, excuse my discourtesy for hogging the conversation. Hello, I am Claudia, a freelance novelist. Well, I didn't make you uneasy just now. Please forgive me.
It's fine. I like to chat. What sort of novels have you written?
Just some mildly popular adventure novels. I want to dive into folklore and supernatural themes, but my wordsmithing and experiences lack substance. I require more practice. But if you're interested in such topics, I can recommend you to read Edgar Carter's works. His stories have an inexplicable beauty to them. I trust you will like them. Speaking of, I mean no offense, but you have a sort of very special air about you. If I had to describe it, it'd be clear and solid as ice, soft and ivory as snow, but buried beneath that frost. If you don't mind, can you tell me about your experiences?
Spurred by the girl's enthusiasm, you briefly recount a few anecdotes about the Astral Express. Few anecdotes, huh? And it is then that you see those once dust-clouded eyes slowly flicker and sparkle like star clusters.
So these are nameless? To travel the stars to your heart's desire. It sounds rather romantic. If I didn't have a worry wart brother and a ton of businesses to attend to, I'd really like to ask you to take me with you. While I occasionally get some rare bits of detail from the Intelligentsia Guild to use as material, those stuffy researchers really do bore me. It's much more fun to talk to you. So, could you please tell me a few more of your stories?
Can I touch the fluff ball on your head?
That's just too far, even for you. Or, you actually not understand what this is all about.
I don't really understand. Sorry, I won't do it next time.
Listen up. To a Pepsi native, touching the fluff ball is an act that is extremely private and intimate. I know you're not the careless type, but I would implore that you don't ask to do this ever again.
The Dream Border truly lives up to it.
Well, that's a different voice. Or whatever. What would you like to listen to?
Tell me about the places you've been to, the sights you've seen, interesting events like that.
Talk about her at a space station. And talk about the lone ark coasting along myriad stars, about its eccentric master and her numerous puppets.
Be it this space station or its master, I've long heard about their fame. I just haven't found a chance to pay a visit. But after hearing your elaboration, compared to the dazzling curios of wonder, these herd of puppets and the memory bubbles are far more interesting. Puppets, illusions, memories, so many themes. I'll name my next short chapter A Dream of Puppets. What do you think?
Talk about Euro 6. Talk about the snow-laden Bellabog, the underworld that never sees daylight, and the supreme guardian led astray by the stellar one.
On this dystopian lone planet, its people struggle for survival beneath an unending winter night. How nice. Don't misunderstand. I don't revel in misfortune. Just that this is the perfect theme for a story. You see, in desperate plights, humanity's morality will be amplified to its extremes. In such a harsh environment, character development arcs and conflicts are more easily expressed. I really can't wait to start structuring this story.
Talk about the Shinto lawful. You talk about the feud between the hunt and the abundance, about the Stallorn seeding ruin through the ship, the ambrosial arbor's growth, the ambition and treachery of the Lord Ravager.
This story is simply far more thrilling and awesome than a mere novel. Speaking of which, what do you think the Aeons are exactly? All powerful, mysterious, where mortals are no more than gnats to them? But even among themselves, there is conflict, love, hate, revenge, a cocktail of emotions. I've read many works using this theme as a template. Sometimes I think they are not so different from us, just more powerful, and sometimes I think they are some undescribable horror and some unfathomable madness. But I also can't help but think these two portrayals are really two sides of the same coin. What do you think?
Send it here for now.
It was my good fortune to be able to speak with you.
Yeah.
The Dream Border truly lives up to its reputation.
Claudia looks at you with piercing earnestness. Star clusters glitter in a girl's eyes, and you have become the center of this vast galaxy. Activate clockwork. Time to be Angie.
So, is this Louis really some beep moron or what? He went all the way to Pentagon to pursue some burgeoning painter, and look how it's turned out. It's all gone south now, hasn't it? I dropped all my work and traversed several star systems to help him fulfill his dream, and now I have to pick up the pieces? You know what it is? Elder brother dotes on him so much, on him too much. That's what. He's a grown man who needs to clean up his every other day. Every time I see that pathetic face of his, I have to remember to breathe from being so mad. Last time. This is the very last time. If I clean up after him next time, I'll be the
Fatigue. I spent countless hours on the dreamscape, earning enough money but not having time to spend it.
How very interesting.
The girl's face reddens, her eyelashes downcast, a glimpse of faint bashfulness in her demeanor. They only accentuate her delicate beauty. Trying to be happy.
Are you interested in urban legends? Just like this city of dreams, there must be countless mesmerizing secrets. For example, have you heard of the Dreamscape Killer? People say it harvests souls in ways that can't be even described, but no one knows what it is exactly. If the opportunity arises, do you want to investigate with me? I think we'll find some clues if you are around. Come on, this is the initial funding for the subsequent investigation. Please take it.
The Dream Border
Two
truly
ID
lives up
tokens.
to its reputation.
The girl in front of you is akin to a sunflower embraced in sunlight, the shadow cast over your eyes seemingly shimmering. Alright, time to be sad. Like everyone else.
Why is that? Why can't my words evoke terror? Are my descriptions not visceral enough? Is my plot development not harrowing and thrilling enough? Is the pace lacking? The ambience not suppressive enough? I've collected dozens of bookshelves worth of material. Do I really not have the talent for this?
A kitten's mewing wail escapes the girl's throat.
I obviously don't have problems with other themes. Even there's novels written based on my older brother's trust were major hits.
Was she drunk? Hick? She having hiccups?
That creepy, grotesque, depressing, mad, unfathomable prose. How the heck did Mr. Egger accomplish that?
Trash. Give me trash? What the fuck?
You all need to report this to the family immediately.
Yes. Colleen, I'll talk to you later. Listen. Oh, it's Rosalie and Penelope.
Guests aren't supposed to be here.
What are you guys doing here? It's hard to imagine. Is my mother really that famous as an artist? In my memory, she was just this figure staring into space on the sofa. She always looked so depressed. I don't think I've ever seen her paint. Your mother, Charlotte, She is an exceptional woman. When I first met her, I saw a fire in her eyes. She captured my heart in just an instant. It may be hard for you to imagine, but the few years before you were born, she was so full of life. Every day she would rush from one exhibition to the next, and as soon as she got home, she would raise up her brushes and begin creating. I knew that she had a great artistic talent, and I hoped that she would receive the recognition that she deserved. However, there is always the disparity between dreams and reality. We were in desperate financial circumstances at the time, and had racked up enormous debt. There were a few curators who showed interest in her work, but we could never afford the fees to put an exhibition up for her. Then one day, she changed. She would no longer go to exhibitions, nor would she lift up her brushes. It was as if she had lost all interest in everything life had to offer.
This transformation, was it before I was born? Or after?
It was after. Or before. It was before. Seeing her in that state, I blamed myself, and felt so sorry for her. I hated that I was so powerless. I hated that there was no way for me to give her the life that she wanted, let alone support her in chasing her dreams. After that, I remembered it clearly. It was a morning like any other when she suddenly turned to me and asked, "Do you want a child? Whence?" The moment those words left her lips, I began to cry uncontrollably. It felt like a liar had some hope again. You, Penny, before you were even born, you became my hope.
But she still left in the end, didn't she? Even with me. Even with a complete family. I believe she must have had her own...
I believe she must have had her own reasons. That's why she would not tell me. I am uncertain. But I do not believe that she did it out of heartlessness. She is not that kind of person. There is no way. I know that she loves you, Penny. That Dreamweaver just now said that Penacony's most outstanding artists gather periodically at the Reverie Hotel.
That Dreamweaver just now said that the Penacony's most outstanding artists gather periodically at the Reverie Hotel in the Dreamscape, didn't he?
That's right. But he also said that the Reverie Hotel is under maintenance at the moment. It's unlikely that regular guests will be able to enter.
Oh no, did she get killed by the meme? Didn't this place claim to not be open to guests? We still managed to get inside. A little challenge like this is no match for our father-daughter duo.
Quite right. Let's go, Penny. We have to find her.
They're dead. They're dead. Oh wait, she's dead. Searching for Mother in Dreamscape 3. Once more you cross paths with the father and daughter at the Dream's Edge. They have yet to find Charlotte. However, they have discovered that Penacony's finest artists frequently assemble at the Reverie Dreamscape. Though the hotel in the Dreamscape is presently undergoing renovations, their determination remains unwavering as they plan to proceed there.
Constructing dreams.
Aren't they just still sitting there? Oh well, whatever. Absorb. I think there's still room for improvement in the city's overhead greenery. Woof. In my opinion, they'd better adjust their local settlement policy in time, or there'll be problems sooner or later. Woof. Considering the recent attacks on the Sweet Dreams troop, I think the family should introduce a protection act for the Dreamscape creations. What do you think? Woof.
Don't just give me woof. Are you disagreeing or disagreeing? Woof. I mean, is it possible that I'm just an ordinary dog? Calm gear. Reminded of the Simpsons thing, the dog with the suspicious looking dog.
Do you even get art?
Hey, Yuan. This place may not be as bustling as the main street, but it's got a good view. And the area is fresher too. And there are free crosswalk performances to listen to. Air is fresher? But it's a dreamscape. Can't you just, I don't know, dream up better air? You don't even have to breathe. Hello. What a coincidence to see you here. How about a chat while we're taking the site? Isn't this a construction site? There are crosstalk performances too? No, I'm talking about those Dreamweavers. They're a fun lot. You complain about my constantly changing requirements. I resent your deception in progress. We argue when our ideas don't align, and insults fly when our designs differ. Privately, grievances linger, and face to face, sleeves are rolled up for a confrontation. What? It's just like performing crosstalk. These artists sure are artsy. Speaking of which, it's been a long time since I've gone back to the Luofu. I wonder if back and forth have come up with any fresh new routines. I listened to them just a couple of days ago. I want to listen to Mr. Xian's storytelling now. Yeah. Oh, how unexpected. A friend from a distant land. No wonder the calendar said that it was good to travel today. An encounter was waiting for me right here. I'd like to relax here after work. If you ever find the time, don't forget to stop by and have a chat. Oh yeah, she's a Foshin. Alright, can we chat a little? That would be fantastic. I've been hankering for a chat around here. What are you doing in Penacony? What else can I do? Business, of course. I'm the head of the Aqua Glider Guild in Penacony under the Skyfaring Commission. Here to explore the trade market. Currently, my main business is to import Soulglad to the Shenzhou. But honestly, I don't really like that saccharine carbonated syrup. It's just advertised well. If you want a really good beverage, it's gotta be Shenzhou's Immortal Delight. Not the mung bean soda. Your tail. Yeah, where's your tail? Well, it's a rare treat to be in a dream. Gotta do something that's a little different from your humdrum life. Well, it feels wondrously strange without a tail. I'll make a move now. Sure thing. So do you. You do you. I'll stay a while longer.
What other uncontested...
Alright, get angry about your tail. Stop being calm. Get angry. Annoying. Annoying. So annoying. Will it never cease? It's just a tail. So what? Do any of you have tails? I knew it was about the tail. They don't even have one, yet incessantly ask me about it. So annoying. So sickening. Oh boy.
What other uncontested markets are there in Penacony?
Yuan suddenly turns sideways, one hand covering the back of her waist, her face awash with alarm and anxiety. I'm happy. When I joined the Aqua Glider Guild, I wanted to find an opportunity to grow a tail. So you see that she doesn't actually have a tail at all. She wants to grow a tail. But as I traveled across the lands over the years, I gradually understood that my lot in life didn't have to revolve around this tail. So I started paying more attention to the scenery along the way and local customs. I have to say, this may really be the true meaning of life. I mean, it's a dream. You could grow a tail if you want.
Business is rough these days.
Yuan gazes at the sky and towering buildings in the distance. Pleasant expression on her face. Time to be sad. You outwarders envy long-life species. You don't know as the longer we live, the more we dread our genetic disadvantages. Like not having a tail. For those who don't have tails like me, it doesn't affect our daily lives, yet we've never been able to raise our heads high and proud for the last century. Though it's not like there aren't any who compensate for the disadvantages like Diviner Fu, or that we judge from the Ten Lords Commission. These people either succeed through sheer will or serendipitous opportunity, yet for me, just get a strap-on tail. I'm but an ordinary person. Obsession. Even if I am destined to spend my entire life pouring concrete, I'll pour my heart and soul into every bucket of concrete.
Hey! Don't go any further!
Oh, what, huh? What are you gonna do? Hey, Woolsey. Are you still sad? Don't worry about accidents. The family will protect each and every guest. What do you think of that Dream's Edge project? With all due respect, that entire project lacks imagination. From the way I see it out, their Dreamweavers seem to follow a fixed formula when they work. Well, it's supposed to be a creative process. That may look more like they're solving a geometric problem. That's not the deal breaker. What truly makes me sick is... what is it? The obsession with doors. You'll get what I mean when you visit the place. Doors are everywhere in the city. You have to pass through a door to enter a building, cross a pedestrian bridge, and access the rooftop garden. What's the reason behind the obsession? I'm puzzled. If no one cares to explain, I'll take it as a sign of incompetence. Please give it a score out of 10. Give it a 7. It isn't too harsh and it's fair. I'm told that the team used to produce many critically acclaimed virtual reality projects back then. Who knows? Some people might be drawn to it.
The family protects all. Yeah.
I have some questions for you. Ask the right person then. Servicing guests is one of the duties of every family member. I'll answer them as best as I can. What is the family? The family is both the creator and administrator of the dreamscape, and they are of decisive importance in Penacony. Apart from us Bloodhound family, there are also 4 other major lineages of Oak, Alfalfa, Nightingale, and Iris. Each family is charged with different jobs, and it's very tight-knit. Are they really? Of course. That is not hyperbole. The only reason that the family was able to make sure the dreamscape runs in such an orderly manner is due to the various families' earnest unity. We are all without conflict or disagreement. In the vast universe, the strength of an individual is insignificant. Only through mutual help and binding our hearts as one can humans perform superhuman feats. This is also the Great One's teachings unto us. Everyone would do well to remember them by heart. What does the Bloodhound family do? Among the 5 lineages, we Hounds manage security and maintain order. It's not just the police. Our members are also in charge of the firemen, detectives, and other vocations. Think about the characteristics of a Hound. Clever, battle-hardy, loyal. These are also the virtues of each Bloodhound member. We are the shield of Penacony's beautiful dream, safekeeping the well-being of our guests. And here I am undermining it for I don't even know what reasons. Of course, if someone flaunts the dreaming regulations, he will very quickly learn how frightening and persistent the Bloodhounds are. I have no questions right now. Watch yourself. If you run into danger, the Bloodhounds are at your service.
Steer clear of trouble.
Alright, angry. I get irate just at the thought of those short-sighted, dream-chasing fools at a shopping street. Some Bloodhound members may look pretty fierce, but people don't have to flee at the sight of us. It's not like we eat children. If we aren't around to protect Penacony's dream, this realm would plunge into chaos. Where would they have idyllic moves to sing the night away? I tolerate these buffoons if they are ingrates, but those disapproving faces they make, it's like we owed them money in a past life.
Steer clear of trouble, and you can have all the fun you want.
The head should really have those guys get acquainted with the Bloodhounds. I don't know why, but I suddenly feel much better. Just like I joined a bar brawl, and I'm the last one standing. Not just that, just the thought of me being one of the family makes my heart burst with overflowing pride. Like one of those money guns that are everywhere in the city. We're the Bloodhounds. The expositors of conspiracies, protectors of Penacony. Be it in dreams or reality. All dangers dissipate like smoke before us. Come, chat with me. The world would be a goner without the Bloodhounds.
The family protects all guests.
This world would have been a goner without the Bloodhounds. That's true. But time to be sad. The caliber of the family's members is really going down the drain with each generation. My younger brother will have his coming-of-age rites this year. I asked him what his favorite activity was, and he actually said embroidery. What a complete waste of the trouble I went through. I even gave him the entire Cosmic Fistfighter Championship collection that was worth a fortune. Just look at that puny body of his. How could he resemble anything else, anything close to a Bloodhound? If the family old-timers were to see him, They'd laughed themselves to their graves. And all I did was reprimand him lightly. Then he just sighed and started bawling. Ah, so vexing. I'm just trying to be a good older brother to him. Why can't he understand? Now I look like a joke for being worried in the first place. Ah. Alright, Benny, you son of a bitch.
I'm curious.
It's not good.
Mr. Benny's
You're gonna
most
have to rip down
illustrious piece be?
Tear it all down. The mission is yours, buddy. I need a fresh face to gather information for me. I want to find out how the family values our work. If possible, I'd like them to rate our work. It's up to you. You want to approach? Don't worry. As anyone who holds a position in a family, I've collected the ratings from some family members. You're so reliable, buddy. I knew I could trust you. Now, tell me everything. Let me see what they think of my project. 7. 7? Are you sure the scores come from the bottom of their hearts? You didn't say anything that swayed their opinions, did you? That's such a good score. Why would I want to do that? Don't pin this on me. This is outrageous. I can't accept it. It's too high of a score. Look at the ridiculous things they said about my project. My team and I are so committed to this project. Why can't they just be grateful for what we have done? This is not enough. Who made this comment? Mediocre? Does she even know anything about the industry? We're making something ahead of its era here. She should improve her taste before making any comments. What does this guy mean about Miracle Benjamin being more of a gimmick than substance? It's downright nonsense. Is he accusing us of false advertising? We mean everything we include in the advertisement. Is welcome to come here and count whether there are indeed 1,000 buildings here. You're obsessed with doors? What kind of comment is that? Is it a joke? How about we remove all the doors in his house and see whether it makes his life better? These two-faced scumbags from the family. They greet us with smiling faces but criticize us behind our backs. They can humiliate me, but they mustn't disrespect my team and our hard work. They'll be crossing the line. No way. I need to talk to them and sort things out. Why can't they speak up forthrightly if there's something they aren't happy with? Are they secretly waiting to see me making a fool out of myself? Have they forgotten this is also their project? Thank you so much, buddy. If it weren't for your help, I might have been being kept in the dark until the day I delivered the project. Please keep these tokens as my appreciation. It's simply amazing what I do see though. See that mountain? You can reach its peak. Family members hired us to build the city, but now they're nitpicking our work behind our back. This kind of collaboration isn't healthy. I need to talk to the supervisor and see what he has to say. Turns out the supervisor is the one that's talking shit about him. Alright. So let's go with Colleen. Hello. Yeah, how's it going? It's me, Colleen. The idea hamster for the Dreamweavers. I've got enough dreamscape material in my head to fill all of Pentagon. You want it? I got it. I'm a traveling merchant by trade, and fly my ship anywhere I please. You can call me Captain Colleen. Captain? Can't tell judging by my outfit, can you? No. I admit, this look is indeed a little more bling, but if you don't want to be looked down upon in a place like this, you should pay attention to dressing up. It'll freak out the lot of you if I were to wear my usual getup here. Just accept this for now, and if we get along well, you'll naturally catch my professional side. What is she? Is she trying to hit on me? Dreamscape material? A dreamscape, naturally a remix and reshuffle of people's real-life experiences. Someone who never goes outside to touch grass can only dream of whatever boredom that happens around their own little patch of turf. To make the dreamscape interesting without being nonsense, the family had to find a consultant, someone who was very well traveled. At first, the best candidate for the job was the Nameless, but unexpectedly that poor chap Akavilli ended up kicking the bucket, and the rest of the gang disappeared without a trace soon after. Without this first choice option available, a traveling merchant was the most reliable, and so they invited me. Okay. After all, how many people in this universe are worthy of the Nameless title? What about us aboard the Astro Express? Hang on. Are you a member of the Astro Express? How are things there right now? You share with Colleen an overview of your experiences aboard the Astro Express. That's really touching. I didn't expect that after so many Amber Errors there would still be people walking the path of Trailblaze. I'm sorry. Since you've told me so much about your experiences, I should offer up the same as thanks and tell you a little about myself. So then, what kind of stories do you like best? I'd like to hear about your experiences. Alright, Captain Colleen's got up many a story. What kind of stories do you like best? Thrilling ones. Thrilling, eh? Let me see. There was this one time on an assignment from the Intelligentsia Guild. We were retrieving a probe beacon from nearby this mega black hole called the New Eden. The paint was so fat that we agreed without thinking too much about it. Upon arrival, we discovered that the beacon wasn't in its original spot. An accident had dragged it away from its fixed location, and it was drifting toward the black hole, soon to cross over the event horizon. Is there supposed to be a picture here? Crossing the event horizon is like plunging into the stomach of a giant sting. There's no coming back from it. So, I had to intercept the beacon before it fell completely into the black hole. This was the most difficult challenge I ever encountered in my career as a captain. You know what? There is gravity outside the event horizon, and it gets stronger the closer you get to the center. My ship's engine wasn't the best, and there was no guarantee that we could even get out there. Get out once we've nabbed the beacon. Luckily, there were lots of metal scraps in the beacon's path. I could launch something from the ship to collide with the scraps and ricochet, thereby exerting a returning force onto the beacon. This principle is quite hard to explain. Do you know billiards? It's quite like that, but the shot I was gonna make would be the most exquisite, legendary shot in all history. Well, is it kind of like the gumball machine that we used to traverse? Sounds difficult. I'm sure you're a master. Keep silent. I'll listen to another story. Yeah, I'm sure you're a master. No, if it were that alone, it wouldn't count as being thrilling. This shot was no good. The missiles did not rebound as expected, but instead smashed around like a headless fly, which then accelerated the sinking of the beacon. At this point, I could actually still speed in to catch up with the beacon, but the risk was too great to be worth it. And so I turned around the ship and planned to jet straight out of that star system, but ended up running straight into an Annihilation gang fleet. Those crazy mutts were doing all they could to chase me down. I even suspected that perhaps the guild had sent them down to hunt me down. My ship was blown into magnificent smithereens during the assault, and I used the force of the explosion to board the Annihilation gang's battleship. I won't go into details for now, but the battle in the end, I managed to defeat all the bad guys, then put the pedal to the metal to pilot this stolen warship straight out of the star system. Now that was the most thrilling part of the story. Wait, so she didn't even get the beacon? Sounds like nonsense. Awesome. Keep silent. Yeah, awesome. Right? Not even the illustrious Galaxy Rangers could do any better. And this was but one small micro footnote in the annals of my legendary career. If you're interested, I can spin a few more action stories for you later. Just let me come up with some of the details first. Wait, what? Let me come up with some of the details? Make it a little more romantic?
more romantic. And let's talk about the incidents in the asteroid belt. One time, I was piloting I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a picture here. I was piloting a spaceship and roaming the stars when I accidentally came to a place that wasn't on the astral charts, a space junkyard filled with asteroids. The data in these remote star systems is priceless. I could get huge credit rewards for reporting the coordinates to IPC. But before that, I had to carefully check our vicinity. This gig was all too easy. There had to be something going on behind the scenes. There were so many obstacles in this place that the ship's instruments kept tripping alarms everywhere, rendering it useless. I had no choice but to make observations by dead reckoning, and manually piloted the spaceship. Just as I was focusing all my attentions on the 6 directions around me, the snarling teeth and claws of this alien suddenly floated into sight. That's terrifying. What did the alien look like? Keeps on. 2 pairs of eyes and smooth skin, almost like a fish with arms and legs. Judging by its appearance, it should have no problem whatsoever surviving in the universe. Upon closer look, I realized that this guy was dead, and had been so for some time. I've never seen anything like it in the databank, which means it's either an undiscovered species or extinct. Later on, I did some digging around the star system and discovered those asteroids were not formed naturally. They were fragments from an explosion, and were all sourced from the same planet. The computer analyzed the sample composition and found that the fragments were formed over 10 amber eras ago. A huge event happened back then, which you should know about. Not so good at history. Stellaron appear? I'm not so good at history. It was a Stellaron, the cancer of all worlds, that set out on its invasion of all worlds thereafter. Civilizations destroyed by Stellarons are not altogether uncommon. At first, I didn't really take it seriously. I was planning on warping out there as soon as I'd reported the coordinates. That is, until I discovered those symbols on the surface of the asteroids. It really was a magnificent sight with these blocks of dense scratches etched onto each asteroid like a tattoo. There were both deep and shallow markings in all kinds of different shapes, which undoubtedly were carved out by someone as if they were glyphs from some civilization. This sight piqued my interest. Which of the nameless could ever refuse such an invitation to explore? So I continued on into the center of the trash dump, passing blocks with glyphs carved into them along the way, as well as little houses built onto the asteroids. These houses looked like honeycombs woven out of tin foil, some simple in structure and numbering in the hundreds. They were clearly artificially built. An entire settlement once lived here. I checked over the houses but only found more alien corpses. There were no survival supplies in any of the buildings, and almost no tools at all to save for a crude pickaxe. It's possible that they are the survivors of this planet, escaping out of catastrophe through some means, but doomed to ultimately die due to exhaustion of resources. Before the final moments of their lives, they recorded vital information. Maybe histories or research into Stellarons, in the form of glyphs carved into the surfaces of these asteroids. This work looks truly tedious and boring. What kind of firm resolve supported their completion? I don't know, but their achievements have no doubt left a monument for their home planet and civilization. It's a shame that the Synthesia beacon could not decrypt the text. The slow, irregular traveling long ruled out of any possibility of resequencing these asteroids. Otherwise, I would have read it to see what it was that kept them from going on as a team on the brink of death. In the end, I sent off the coordinates to IPC as planned, and put the pedal to the metal to hightail it out of there. I learned the lesson I was supposed to, and the secret of the glyphs should be left to professionals. Sounds like I'll become a tourist destination. The IPC pay out a bonus? Yeah. It sure did. I had been focused on making a score, but after witnessing such a grand sight, money no longer seemed to matter. Plus, based on IPC style, I knew I'd face endless interrogations as the person who made the first contact. I'd be far better slipping off and getting some peace and quiet. Anyhow, that's a story romantic enough for you? There's some kind of majestic beauty to it. Mid. I prefer love stories. Mid? Heh, that's indeed one kind of romantic ideal. I prefer this kind of unusual romance. After all, their infatuation is just one of the uncountable connections throughout the cosmos. The universe is truly wonderful, isn't it? Okay, oh my god, these stories are taking so long. Maybe they ought to make a voiced. Ugh. One that's educational. No, generally speaking, everything that happens in this universe is just a pile of coincidences stacked up, and it's difficult for humans to learn anything from that. However, I do have a story that fits the bill. About 10 amber eras or so back, the notorious mechanical pirate king, Wyland, roamed the galaxies. When this pirate was young, he switched out almost all of his body parts with prosthetics, wreaking havoc throughout star zones and committing countless crimes. The bounty on his head was enough to buy a whole planet of your own. In his old age, Wyland's mind became overwhelmed with excessive mods. Pain and hallucinations tortured him daily, twisting him into a mad, irritable, neurotic monster. Cyberpsychosis, huh? His once loyal crew either deserted him or were cruelly tortured by him. Just as this band of pirates were about to fall apart, a masked visitor came to Wyland, telling him that an extract from the brain of the voyage song whale could relieve his adverse reactions. At his wit's end, Wyland could not help but clutch to any last straw that might save his life, and so began the massacre of the voyage song whales. Wyland hooked his nervous system straight into the bridge terminal for maximum hunting efficiency, so that commanding the entire battleship was like moving a limb. The cost was that once he lost his supply of whale extract, he would experience organ failure and perish soon after. Those were crazy days, with whales perishing in the cannon fire every day. Even the Annihilation Gang was won over by Wyland's ambition, willingly joining in this hunt, just for the thrill of it. After multiple unheeded warnings, the International Peace Corporation reached out to Galaxy Rangers about building an alliance to wipe out this enduring scourge. In the end, both sides contributed crack troops and planned to launch an operation to lop the head off Wyland's main battleship. Sounds like a must. The IPC and the Galaxy Rangers are working together? That is rare. You said it wasn't, but even with such a luxurious lineup, victory was far from guaranteed. Don't think a beheading operation is easy. The battleship radar was Wyland's eyes. His cannons were extensions of his arms. Boarding such a monster as this requires perfect mastery of piloting. Luckily, I also participated in that battle. You participated in that battle 10 amber eras ago? As the pilot of the transport vessel. When we opened the door to the captain's quarters, all we could see was an empty glass tank and scattered drips hanging about the place, the largest of which was hooked up to Wyland's back. Wyland lay on the ground, like a fish out of water, dead. Scared to death? How did they die? We were puzzled at the time too. We thought there could have been a ferocious battle, but I shifted straight to the cleanup stage without a shot being fired. Later on, we learned that well beforehand, Wyland had sold off all the extract he had to a masked buyer who paid very good money for it. They thought the supplies in the tank would last until the next hunt, but could find no prey after weeks of searching. According to the statistics from the Intelligentsia Guild, there haven't been any living void song whales in that sector for a long time. So when the Righteous Alliance attacked, Wyland had already been dead for some time due to graft host rejection. He was still trying to use his mouth to suck the last few drops of extract out of the tubes during his final moments. What an ironic ending. And one of his followers. Wyland was the best fighter and died. The rest of them naturally scattered to the solar winds, but IPC and Rangers still meted out to them the punishment they deserved. Organic creatures love modding themselves into robots. Modding themselves into robots. Wylan was no exception. But he was never able to rid himself of human greed, until in the end he died farcically upon a throne made of twisted tubes. I trust everyone is able to learn something different from these experiences. In my opinion, do you already have people who want your head? Don't let it get to the point where you alienated your own family. Alright, not right now. Oh my god, so much. Oh my god.
The ideas of Captain Colleen are endless.
Endless. Alright, activate clockwork. Angry? Alright, let's make her angry. I feel like certain things that are lost are returning to me. Is it anger? It's more than just that. There's a force, one that motivates. No wonder I've been feeling as though something's missing since I came here. Emotion and motivation are intimately connected. What's up? Are you okay? I remembered why I came here in the first place, and what I needed to do next. I was once a nameless myself, as you no doubt have guessed. Who else would be free enough to roam around the universe but one of us? However, I wasn't around for the dawn of the trailblazing Star Rail era, so I had to join a civil organization that was responsible for its own finances. Compared to those trailblazers exploring the vast unknown, I was more of a mercenary, getting paid to get things done. I'd argue with my companions daily about how we'd split the profits. If I'm being honest, this was a far cry from the trailblazing expedition I'd imagined. Can't even call myself a nameless anymore either. Want to join us then? So when an opportunity arose, I left the organization and became this loner. Since then I can go wherever I want, fight whomever I want, and everything feels so free and breezy. This free roaming lifestyle brought me a wealth of experience, where I never got to see the legendary spectacle of a group of people working together as one. Maybe it only ever existed in the remote reaches of the past. I digress. I came to Penacony to meet a colleague, a nameless with a secret identity. Our senior and mentor, the Watchmaker. Nobody knows who the Watchmaker is yet, right? Is there solid proof? True, but that would make a lot of sense if he was one of the nameless. I mean, he left behind that inheritance. There's an inheritance that attracted attention from all over the world, like a secret treasure at the end of the universe. And to get it, you need to step on the path that he once took. Who else in this world will ever come up with such a romantic idea but one of the nameless? Even if it's all a lie, it's still the kind of monstrous lie that can consign our name to the annals of history. When I learned that this kind of person existed, some kind of fire was rekindled in my heart. This is what the nameless should be like. I had to meet him in person. But who knew it would be such a huge pain to meet him? You've read the riddle he left behind, right? So, be puzzled. Luckily, Captain Colleen always has a backup plan. Before coming to Penacony, I got in touch with an informant who's tight with the family, and asked him to get me some inside intel. No, it might be useful when it comes to solving that riddle. So my informant tells me that things were placed in the trash can at Ideen Park. I was meant to go and pick the stuff up, but for some reason I hadn't. I think because I've been in a dream for so long, I've gradually grown bored and lazy. Can't seem to get excited about anything. It took away her passion. Let's talk about getting back to reality and hiding away. My room's next to the staircase and it's plucking noisy. It so happens that there's a pot of flour right outside, so pungent that it's hard to take. I'm sneezing despite being barely out the door. So to summarize, I spent a while bored out of my skull, confused, not knowing what to do. When I came to my senses, I found myself in the hook again as a Dreamweaver. I now realize I can't keep going like this. If I don't take action, I won't be able to see the truest of the nameless there ever was. But there are so many people in the Dream's Edge. It'd be so conspicuous for me to visit myself. And this role as a Dreamweaver does have its perks. So I'd like your help in getting me that stuff. Yeah, what's in it for me? If you're willing to help, I can share the info with you. Oh, I can tell you a few secrets about myself too. Considering how you might not be interested in either of these things, I can wire you some cash later. Alright, leave it up to me. Sweet. You and Nameless are gonna be the most reliable people in the cosmos. Remember, the things were placed in a trash can at 18 Park.
Is there more here?
Immediately. You all need to report this to the family. Immediately.
Constructing dreams is something sacred.
Dreams are supposed to be confusing.
A little more to the left.
I think it's just her, yeah? Should be.
Colleen is always coming up with bizarre ideas. That Colleen is always coming up with bizarre ideas.
TikTok, quick, adjust the hands, TikTok. Ugh. Something's off. Is someone watching me? I'll get my tokens. Hello.
Grab a bottle of soap.
Got the tickets for Robin's concert.
Wonderful.
That was a close call.
Really? Awesome. How'd you get them?
There are 2 seats near the restroom with no one initially wanted, so I quickly grabbed them.
Setting aside the oddity of having a restroom in a dream, do you actually see anything from that angle?
Hey, should just be grateful we even got tickets. Definitely regret it if we missed Robin's concert.
Fine, I'm gonna prepare my outfit for the concert.
Can't they, I don't know, have a dream where they all sit in the same place and they have the best view? I don't know, I don't think they should be, limited by corporeal, stuff. You could just go through them in the dream. I know. Re-experience shot where you can relive the most memorable experiences in the dreamscape. Surely there's some episodes you simply cannot forget in your dream. This show helps you relive those tender moments as a revising report. Huh. Well, anyway. Let's investigate. This must be what Colleen wanted. Let's head back and see her. Memory zone. It's encrypted. It's highly confidential. Friends, male human. Head injury, showing Moment of dusk, was abducted by an unknown meme while being given medical assistance. The users have undergone the memory erasure procedure. Mia, Flame Pepeshi. She was abducted by an unknown meme when playing hide and seek with her friends in the moment of soul. Her friends have undergone the memory erasure procedure. Isabella, female human, she went missing while taking a bath in the moment of Shrats? I don't know. The gramophone next to the bathtub was playing the Monoglos Satona by the Grableated Ishin Lothan Bizshan Abivosin Vielum Meli Intellitron is abducted by an unwelcome unknown meme after kissing his girlfriend in a blue hour. His girlfriend has undergone a memory erasure procedure, and given that the victims are of different races from different places and exhibited different behaviors when they were hunted, the pattern to make someone a target of the meme remains indeterminate at the moment. Nice. Just as you're about to leave, a figure blocks away. Girl, it's urgent. Please get me that stuff ASAP. I'll explain everything to you later. Are you following me? What just happened? There's no time for the whole enchilada right now. Listen up. I've got a bad feeling that she got pulled out of the dream. Colleen disappeared? Did she encounter something inside the hotel in reality? I think she said her room was beside the stairwell and there was a pot or a flower by the door. Maybe I should take a look. Yes. Yes. Of course. What the hell was that? You see that very green shit? What was that? Huh. Well, anyway.
It's getting late. Where to now?
One peach soul glad? Why isn't there a
Is that Colleen's room? Or the IPC workers blocking the door? Astute IPC field personnel. Hey, don't think you're safe just because you have that device on you. IPC guards have plenty of ways to get in. Surrender now for the sake of everyone. Dude, let's wait at the door and see how much that lady can keep up the smugness. What happened? What are you two doing here? Where'd this gray-haired girl come from? Hey, don't be so rude to the patrons. We're staff from the IPC and we're here in Penacony on vacation. Last night we met a woman in this room and discovered that she bore a striking resemblance to a fugitive on the IPC bounty hunt. For the sake of Penacony's safety, we plan to thoroughly investigate her and try to get a match from her genetic data. But as soon as we tried knocking on the door, we bounced off the repelling shield she installed. Huh. She's obviously guilty. If she really is innocent, why wouldn't she let us in? There has to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Perhaps she got the wrong person. Nobody would just let any stranger into their room. True, but that's no excuse for having to or refusing to submit to an investigation. You got a warrant? If she really is just a wanted suspect, then the two of us have pretty much defused a ticking time bomb for Pentecost while making a little bank on the side. And if she isn't, then it would all just be a false alarm. It's a guaranteed way to make a profit. We'll flush her out today, for sure. Leave this up to me. Speaking of which, you two want the money, right? What gives you the authority to force someone else like that? I'm interested in this person too. The money. Money? You can say that again. If all the bounty is in our hands, we won't just give up this position. I can give you money. The IPC consider this an abuse of authority. If you don't, I'll beat you up until you do. Dude, we're here on vacation. Technically, we don't have the authority to force an investigation. I know. You don't have to tell me specifically in front of her. Although this investigation hasn't been reported to the HQ yet, the IPC will surely express support for our actions. Hilarious! The IPC is willing to risk a fallout with the family for this? Dude, it makes sense. Repercussions might be too risky for higher-ups. I know. Please don't undermine me again in front of her. Our behavior is in line with IPC values. What right do you outsiders have to talk like that? If something really does happen, you two take responsibility. Dude, it makes sense. Well, this dude. You can't afford the risk of being the cause of fallout between the IPC and the family. Fine, just forget about everything that happened here. We're leaving. Non-IPC workers leave. I want to get knocked back by the force field. Looks like you've taken care of them. My side shows the danger is gone. Great job, girl. You've done well. Are you okay? Of course. Not a hair on my head was harmed. But I have to admit, this sudden attack really caught me by surprise. Luckily, Captain Colleen always has a backup plan. Before going to sleep, I set up my enclosed dimensional force field generator on the door so that the entire room would be impenetrable, not even under laser bombardment. However, if they kept bugging me outside the door, I probably wouldn't have been able to sleep too well too. So thanks for your help. Now that everything's sorted, let's go back to our dreams and keep chatting. See you at the old place. Can you let me in? I want to get repulsed by the field. Oh, whatever. Oh, go right. Hello.
Constructing dreams is something sacred. You all need to report this to the family immediately.
You know, I feel like I've forgotten something. Right. I was looking right at it.
It's getting late.
I was like, huh.
Where to now?
But I have to go right now. Get the fuck out of there. Look at this note, Chirp. It's not even accurate. It's missing a curve. I didn't know that a dreamscape was so sloppy. This is a quarter note. What you're referring to is an eighth note. Chirp, of course I knew that. The tempo of the original song is too slow. It'd be better if it's faster. When I go back, I'll have to let the other birdies to rate it.
Will of preservation.
What the fuck? Call bottle. The hell say it is weird for us two bottles to stay together. Rich bottle. I thought those people were just nosy, but now, are you really happy with me? Oh, thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot the ice cream at the acrobatic show at the park is about to start. Let's go there. I've been thinking about this. Maybe we should just break. Yeah, I prefer the sea urchin flavor too. It looks so funny. Are you even listening to me? Alright. We'll visit the movie theme after the show. I hope they only have a one-time appearance, because if I have to do that voice again, I won't even remember. Clean. Finally, it stopped. Is that thing I want still there? Is it just this one thing? That's all there was inside the trash can. Can't read what's on it. Yeah. It's so hard to read. Might be encrypted. Let me see. Kissing, washing, hide and seek. These sure are diverse. Alright, I restored the text on it. As agreed, I'll give you a copy to share. When am I gonna get paid? Why was the IPC bugging you? I'm often... Why was the IPC bugging you? Good question. Let me tell you why. You know, I used to be a nameless as well, before leaving to strike out on my own. You know all of this, but I omitted the contents of my solo journey. Take a guess at what I've been up to for those years. Working for the IPC? Did you go back home and work the land? Not going to do something bad, are you? Aren't you a traveling merchant? Did you go and work the land? Yep. I'll be a fate worse than now. Plus, a stable life doesn't suit a nameless. I may not be a nameless any longer, but I've still got the spirit of adventure in my bones. That's why I became a pirate. I've robbed trade vessels, smuggled minerals, and sometimes even peddled precious cargo, but did it not out of greed, but for the freedom of wayfaring, and to make a little money for travel. Alright, cool. The IPC put out a small bounty on me on its official site. I'm guessing those two fools came here just for that. I thought some big shot had discovered me right at the start. Don't worry, everything I told you before is true. I was once a nameless, and now I still yearn for adventure. I'm no different from any other traveling merchants besides the bounty on my head. As soon as I heard about Penacony, I knew that I had to come here, no matter the cost. I'm an unfortunate soul. You never got to see an age of heroes trailblazing this universe. I've always been envious and jealous of the real nameless ones. But I know that I'm also really lucky. The curtain has yet to fall on the story of this era. I still have the chance to take part in it and catch a glimpse of the secret universe treasure waiting there in the end. Universe treasure? This is my idea of Trailblaze. I think there is some kind of precious treasure that exists at the end of all adventure that pays off all the effort you expend along the way. You mean the One Piece? What's the point of continuous exploration if you know you're not going to get anything in the end? Exploration is the main reward in and of itself. Sounds way too focused on material gains, yeah. Sure, but it's vital to feel rewarded materially. When we regard something as a guiding principle, the world will develop in whatever direction we pursue. People today tend to choose money, as they have for a long time. From this perspective, what could stimulate people's desire for exploration more than a secret treasure at the edge of the universe? Once I've solved the watchmaker's riddle, I'm going to embark on an adventure on my own. And it could just be the final adventure of my life. Oh. I'm going to look for him. Not for money, but to stand before him and see how dazzling the so-called legend really is, Machiavelli, and whether it's strong enough to melt even a rat in the gutter like myself. And those guys who tried to sabotage me, thinking they could stop me by using dirty tricks, whether it's the family or the IPC, one day I'll make them pay. Even the maxims of the universe shall step aside before me. Oh, Oh, by the way, here's a reward I promised. Hold on to that. Even a nameless has to eat, just like the rest of the mortals. When everything is done and dusted, let's meet up again at the end of the adventure. I'll count you to that. I'll hold you to that, Colleen. See you there. Pirate. Pirates are portrayed as just and romantic only in works of fiction. Wonder if she'll be a playable character. Well, anyway,
You all need to report this to the family.
let's do this one. Hello.
Constructing dreams is something.
And it should be the end of the stream. The words Go Ray are engraved directly on the body of this Intellitron instead of a nameplate. Okay. Well, I guess they don't really need nameplates because I guess the entire body is a nameplate. You can think of it as like a tattoo. I see trash, I pick up trash. Everyone plays a part in protecting the environment. Have you picked up the trash on the ground today? Does trash exist in dreams too? It's okay not to pick up trash in a dream, right? Your dream is the ocean of your subconscious, and it reflects your genuine thoughts. If someone can't even throw trash properly when dreaming, it's unlikely that person will care much about the environment in real life. Organic lives form their perceptions based on memory. One can only cultivate a good habit by repeating an action and strengthening their memory of it. Therefore, I hope everyone can pick up the surrounding trash. I'm equipped with a trash disposal module in reality, so the feature has come with me into the dreamscape. Perhaps what's on my mind during the day goes into my dream at night. Anyway, I can break down all trash that comes my way into harmless substances. This is going to be a profitable business, but I'm too busy with my work at the Dream's Edge to collect trash myself. Alas, if only someone could help me gather the trash. Leave it to me. Well, what's in this for me? If you're willing to get involved in this endeavor, I'll offer you my highest compliments when you're done collecting the trash. Compliments? Count me in. Always bear in mind that your actions are enough to spare the universe from destruction. I have something to tell you. Why are you so passionate about protecting the environment? Most planets in the universe are in an atrocious state. They are desolate and inhospitable, like rocks with scratches all over their surfaces. I've seen what a devastated planet looks like, so I value the beautiful scenery I get to enjoy now. Those who take their blessings for granted will surely feel the pain of losing them one day. I don't want that to happen. Every gorgeous paradise should be cherished, whether it is imaginary or real. Are you a Dreamweaver too? To be more precise, I assist the dream building work of this area. I'm responsible for basic tasks like calculation and providing materials. I was hesitant to take up this job at first, thinking I didn't know enough about human society to be up for the task. But the family was interested in my experience. I couldn't refuse. Oh, they made an offer you couldn't refuse, huh? Why'd you carve your name onto your body? Well, actually, I was born like that. I was given the name the moment I had this body. It might be hard for organic lives to comprehend this kind of relationship. I'm used to it. Thank you. Goodbye. Please take care of the environment at all times. Alright.
See trash? Recycle trash.
See trash? Recycle trash. Beautiful places shouldn't be defiled by pollution. You agree with that, don't you? Activate clockwork. It's time to be happy. I have so many happy ones. Shouldn't you be happy? The Intellitron falls silent. An inorganic teardrop, which is probably oil, rolls down from the corner of her eye, leaving a mark on her metal face. Why am I tearing up when I don't feel sad? Also, a robot isn't supposed to cry. But Intellitrons do cry. There are tears of joy too. Joy. Yes, I should be feeling joyful. The Intellitron before you lets out robotic laughter with a hint of relief. Panaconi had nothing to do with my life in the beginning, but now here I am contributing to its development with my hands. I still find my experience unbelievable even to this day. At first I wasn't an Intellitron and didn't even exist in this humanoid figure. Something cropped up later, and it turned me into what I am today. I was fortunate enough to be reborn. I should make use of this opportunity to take a good look at that city called Golden Hour. It's a beautiful dreamland built by our predecessors. What were you like from before? Haven't you been to Golden Hour? I'm a little embarrassed to recall it now. If you really want to know, agree to do a favor for me. Okay. I can't leave the Dream's Edge because of my duties. My unusual identity doesn't allow me to go anywhere I like either. I hope you can take a few photos of me so I can keep them in my storage system. When I first arrived at the Dreamscape, that towering hotel took my breath away. However, I can barely remember how it looks now. Do you have the internet? Leave it to me. Thank you, youngster. Remember to include every part of the building in the photos.
It's getting late. Where to now?
This is the hotel. Suppose it could be. I should probably take a photo of the growing ones here. Like this one. Thanks for your hard work. Let me see. Indeed, that building is still as tall and grand as I remember. It looks just like a weapon. A weapon? Looks like a giant rocket on the ground, aiming at the sky. When it is fired, energy surges to its base from all sides, emitting a radiance so bright it can penetrate the thickest of smoke. The old me would have been thrilled to see it. Old you? You have a fertile imagination. You're so knowledgeable. My hometown was a chaotic place. The war hasn't ceased for a moment since I was dug out. In ancient times, my hometown used to be an invigorating and scenic planet. People at that time, who already mastered the ability to navigate across the universe, had traveled to numerous planets. That was one of the intelligent spaceships created at that time. Ah, she was a spaceship. Yet the war between two major factions changed everything. For some unknown reasons, the two sides started attacking each other using the most formidable weapons. Was it, it was basically robots versus humans. What was that war called again? Oh, whatever. All bases on other planets were destroyed, and our home planet was plunged into a long winter. The development of our technology became stunted, and the environment deteriorated, and there went our good lives. By the time I woke up, the war was still ongoing at the ruins. People tied cloths of different colors to their tails as they attacked each other with guns and sticks. The moment they saw me, they immediately got the impression that I could bring them victory. The Intellitron plays a system recording. Look what we found! A pre-civilization space machine. We're about to win. Why are you so excited? Think about all the military bases we used to have across the universe. There must be a lot of pre-civilization superweapons there. If we can find those weapons, we'll be one step closer to victory. Hope this hunk of junk is worth the fuel. We all had to tighten our belts to afford it. Right, why can't I open the door to this thing? Didn't you see this? It's an unmanned intelligent space explorer. Oh, there's even a touch panel. How user-friendly. Done. I'll set up to collect the other remaining weapons on other planets. Let's see what it can bring back to us. At that time, my job was to carry out any instructions given to me. I could not think, so I followed the instructions blindly. When I sailed along the route that had long been unused, a planet once thriving was quiet and desolate. There was no civilization and remaining weapons. Nothing was left in the past 3 amber eras. If I had feelings at that time, I would have felt lonely and scared. I visited many more planets after that, and they all wound up the same way. A feeling started germinating in my system. Skepticism. Does life still exist on any of those planets? Will I be able to accomplish my mission? Is my search meaningful? At last I used up my fuel and was stranded on an asteroid. You died? How terrible. What happened? You died? Haha, of course not. Otherwise, how could I still be standing here? When I woke up again, I was already in this human body. My ability to think and calculate improved a great deal. Someone awakened me, transformed my body, and gave me a name. Sounds like a blessing, no? I still can't figure out who did it. A genius, perhaps? A nameless who happened to pass by? An Aeon? An Aeon. I'm flattered, but as a mere robot, I don't think I deserve the attention of an Aeon. No matter who it was, they must have had a love for machinery, like how a father loves his child and a king loves his people. In the early period after I was reborn, I was angry at the people from my home world. But now, I only pity them. Those caught in the throes of war always yearn for peace, hoping that someone or something will come to their aid. It can be a miracle, a respectable figure, a faraway Aeon, or even a weapon powerful enough to end the war. The thing is, humans are never satisfied with what they have. After a war ceases, they will continue their search for bigger and stronger weapons until the greed backfires and razes everything they have to the ground. Thus, not only was my mission incapable of salvaging my home, but it would push it further down the road of abyss and ruination. Sounds ironic. Sounds just disheartening. Well, humans just tend to want to cause harm to each other. If there's a wooden stick at hand, they'll use it. If there's an imaginary bomb around, they'll use it too. Imaginary bomb? Oh boy, the IPC. Fortunately, the war should be over by this time. The sources of energy on my home planet was already close to depletion when I left. Now that an amber era has passed, the planet should be uninhabited, according to my estimation. The weapons will rust, the grass will grow back, and the soil will slowly recuperate. Sadly, there is no one left to appreciate that revived world. At least you survived. A hint of joy flashes on Go-Ray's face. Intellitrons aren't supposed to have facial expressions, but everything is possible in a dream.
Indeed, I survived. Nothing is better than staying alive.
After so many twists and turns,
I finally found a place where I belong. Penacony. I want to live my life here as a human, instead of a tool. Thank you, young one, for helping me and hearing me out. You might think this is nothing, but I'll always reserve a slot in my storage system for you. Oh, we got partition. Nice. Mercenaire. We're better off tossing guns into the furnace and forging a huge wok with it.
Constructing dreams.
That's what you think.
May we all find our final destinations.
I'm so lucky to be a dreamweaver. Oh. Be calm. Gary regains her composure. Her face returns to her usual expression. Now that I think about it, I know I don't have the power to stop wars, prevent pollution, or fill this universe with love and peace. Aeons are probably the only ones who can. Yes. The Aeon of cleanliness. Also, that's what destruction is. I'm not capable of groundbreaking stuff that can affect the entire cosmos, but I can do small things within my capacity to affect the people around me. Like raising the awareness of environmental preservation and encouraging people to dispose of their trash properly. This is the most pragmatic approach to prevent other planets from going down the same road as my home planet.
May we all find our final destinations.
Beautiful places shouldn't be defiled by pollution. You agree with that, don't you? I'm gonna be angry. Go-Ray's body shudders all of a sudden. Though her face is made of metal, you can still discern a touch of rage in her expression. I'm baffled. There are already so few livable planets on this universe. Yet there are always people finding ways to destroy them. What are they trying to achieve? Before coming to Penacony, I stayed on a heavily polluted planet for a while. That place was full of factories spewing black smoke that covered the sky. I reached out to the rulers of the planet and requested for actions to be taken against the industries that cause heavy pollution. But guess how they reacted to me? Sarcasm and degradation. They only realized the importance of preserving the environment when they suffer the consequences.
This is the most...
Although the Intellatron's face is made of metal, you can discern, yeah, whatever. Time to be said. There is no change in Go-Ray's expression, but you can sense her despair. I have doubts again. This sensation has grown more and more intense since I underwent the transformation and regained wisdom. Over the years, I've heard of worlds that own terrible weapons to deter one another from starting a war. In this light, weapons do not necessarily lead to war, but can actually prevent it from happening. If I had been able to complete my mission back then, would the situation on my home planet have taken a turn for the better? Was I the culprit who ruined the future of my home planet? Everything is over, so there's no point in mulling over such a possibility.
This is the most beautiful place I have ever seen.
I brought trash for you. I'm surprised that you actually did it. Please wait while I activate the system module. Trash disposal module activated. Please present the trash to be disposed of. Alright, confirm. Trash detected. Disposal program started. The Intellatron took the trash into her body. Is there supposed to be a picture here? Disposal completed. Thank you for your contribution to the environment.
Constructing dreams is something sacred.
Praise of high morals.
Reflective.
Oh, nice. Mental health care.
May we all find our final...
Ah. It's only a one-time use. Alright. Alright, she's...
Constructing
sad.
dreams is something sacred.
I don't think I can make Benny sad.
Claudia's here.
But can I make her sad? Or is she already sad? No, she's angry.
The adventure will begin very shortly.
Captain Colleen frowned, her rage bubbling up beneath the surface like an undercurrent. Alright. Were you following me just now? Wow, you're a sharp girl. A smart girl.
Truth be told, I have the means to leave the dream's edge, but I've spent enough time here to know that the trip is bound to be perilous. The family may have already taken precautions. That's why I wanted you to explore the route first, so that you could trigger all the traps laid for me in advance. Guess what happened in the end? In the end, I was on the 5th floor, but the family was on the 1st floor. Aside from the 2 IPC minions who messed with me, there were no other troubles. No, it's too early to go out now. I'll be doomed if my enemies strike when I let my guard down. Even if any danger comes our way, I believe I'll be strong enough to keep you safe. You're using me. Alright, I got it. I'm surprised you didn't flip out right away. The nameless nowadays are so easygoing. Yeah. People follow me all the time. Here's your reward for letting me follow you all the way here. Please take it. Remember not to reveal my identity to anyone. I don't want too much attention. Oh, wait, what? What's this? This shiny gold token appears to hold great value and can potentially be exchanged for an incredible super jackpot. But nobody in the golden hour knows how to use it. Nevertheless, remember the words, promising future. Super jackpot.
We'll have plenty of opportunity.
I have some questions for you. Well, you seem quite keen to learn about the life of pirates. Ask away then. Where did you get your invitation letter? It's a long story. The letter originally belonged to a traveling merchant, and I went through some trouble to claim it as mine. The whole thing was quite a fun experience. At first, I borrowed the ship with my crew, planning to seize... Crew? She has a crew? Seize the letter by force. However, I soon realized we were no match for the IPC guards on the ship. By then, the guards had already captured all my crew members and were going from room to room hunting down escapees. So, I tied up my arms and pretended to be an innocent woman held captive. They fell for the trick and even put me in a room all by myself. Oh, didn't they recognize you? Are there wanted posters out there for you? Yes, but there's no image of me on them. All because I never show my face when I work. Besides, can you even tell I'm a pirate from my face at first glance? I've long seen through you. I can't. You're nasty. You're nasty. You might be right, but that story is already in the past. It won't harm anybody no matter how many times I retell it. Now, back to the story. Gaining the trust of the guards was akin to having control of the Achilles heel of the ship. It made the rest of the plan so much simpler. While everyone was sleeping in the cryo sleep pods, I sneaked into the cockpit and knocked out the guards and kept them unconscious for a day longer. I had more than enough time to take the invitation letter and other valuable items with me. I've become a traveling merchant since then. Alright, would you like to join the Astro Express? I don't think so. I think she likes to work as a lone wolf. That's a very tempting offer. The opportunity to join aboard the Astro Express is an utmost honor for a nameless. But I'm just not too keen on it now. Now I'm just too tired to travel with others. I can no longer feel the joy and enjoy the challenges along the journey. Unless the adventure this time can change my mind. Maybe it will. Maybe by the end of it she'll join the Astro Express. About that document I collected for you. You must be wondering how this item is related to the puzzle of the Watchmaker. I'm curious too. Paid for information about the Watchmaker, but this is all I got from that blasted informant. Maybe the other documents have gone missing. Maybe your informant is sending them in batches. Yeah. Who knows? I hope he isn't trying to fool me, or make him regret ever being born. Oh boy. Nothing. Remember not to reveal my identity to anyone. Don't want too much attention.
The adventure will be...
Oh, it's time to be calm. My logical mind has regained control. My mood has been all over the place lately. Rumor has it that a dreamscape isn't always like this. It's the family that molded it to its current state. If our emotions are controlled by others and could be manipulated like clay, wouldn't that be terrible? Yeah, wouldn't that be terrible?
We'll have plenty of opportunity.
I'll be happy. I suddenly recall the new Londinium experience. Since I'm in a good mood, let me share it with you guys. Want to join the Astro Express now? New Londinium is IPC's industrial planet, a place that produces heavy pollution constantly. The air used to smell of suffocating smoke, stinking like Baviru cheese that had been sitting in the cupboard for 6 months. When I was there the first time, I was inexperienced and couldn't breathe when I got off the ship. Luckily, a passerby managed to bring me to a physician in time. All the physicians on that planet wore face-covering beak masks. Oh. Initially, I thought they had deliberately dressed themselves to look stylish and were silently mocking them. It was until they put the same mask on me that I realized I could breathe freely again. That was an air purifier mask made by the IPC. It was impossible to get around without that in the filthy environment. Just then, a projection of the company's advertisement appeared in the sky. In it was a man dressed in a suit, and he spoke in a tone that fit his appearance. Citizens of Londinium, all of you have been performing well for the past year. IPC's efficiency has also improved tremendously. Big step forward for environmental protection. This sounds like a corpus in Warframe. What's his face in Venus? Those words were so ridiculous that I burst out laughing, and the people around me looked at me like a freak. So I hurried and explained to them that this was the oldest joke in the history of mankind. No matter where you're heading, you're walking forward. Later, when I left New Londinium, I realized the beak-looking air purifying mask was a limited edition. It wasn't sold on other planets. No matter how hard I tried, I could only get such cheap alternatives. I must go again if I have the chance. Here, take this. You can treasure every breath you took. Live transmitter. I thought you gave me
The
the
adventure will
mask.
begin very shortly.
No matter where you're heading, you're walking forward. Alright. Trying to be sad. Maybe she'll join now. Despite the hopes of heaven and threats of hell, the only thing that can be certain, this life is truly fleeting. Why are you waxing poetic all of a sudden? Did you just think of something? I have heard of this story. Now it's just reminded of a destroyed planet. Until its very last moments, there were still people there struggling to survive. At least, most of them. That planet was called Outerland, and it was located in a distant border galaxy. It belonged to a star corrupted by a Stellaron and was constantly releasing radiation. This radiation had little effect on planets, but was fatal to most of the animals on the Outerland, including the people. To deal with the radiation, the local architects erected barriers around the remaining settlements to permanently separate the inside from the outside. No light could penetrate the barrier, and the people could only eke out a miserable existence in darkness. Oh, so this picture is fitting, huh? What a crude solution. At least they managed to survive. Sounds very similar to Urillo 6. Urillo? Oh, the frozen planet that you mentioned before. They have their similarities, but their conclusions could not be further apart. The long darkness brought security to the Outerland, but also madness. Life inside the barrier was far harder than was envisaged. Neither the energy needed to keep the lights on nor the resources needed for survival could be distributed fairly to everyone. After complicated profit calculations, the leader ordered that all resources should be seized for the shield projector canopy tower to guarantee normal operations for the barrier. Regular citizens could not set up lights without obtaining prior authorization. The closer you got to the canopy tower in the middle of town, the more light you could get. This tower became a symbol of oppression and injustice. Ah, sounds like Byakyokoku. Enkonomiya. Would these measures really be enough to protect the Outerland? A necessary sacrifice. There were enough for a while. I can't say whether it was a long time or a short time. It was about half an amber era. Well, that was a pretty long time. Hopes have dwindled during that time, because that kind of life never seemed to end. Fear and anger began to spread. Some protested, not wanting to spend their lives in a cage, while others said that the rich and powerful ones in the center should distribute more resources. Until one day, an elderly man set up a spotlight in the poverty district at the edge of the barrier and revolted against the canopy tower. Thereafter, a long and bitter civil war broke out in the Outerlands. Chaos destroyed the energy core of the canopy tower. With a gigantic hole torn in the sky, strong radiant sunlight poured in. Nearing the end of life, all the people had a glimpse of the blue sky once again. The elderly man cried tears of joy as he clutched a pot of flowers, its branch sprouting anew. It was the 3-day spike moss left by his late wife, which could be brought back to life with only a little sunlight. Because of his selfishness, he got everyone killed. Will the ending be better if the rich and powerful relented? How'd you know about that? Yeah, how'd you know about that? No one says that only survivors can narrate their stories. Otherwise, there won't be many storytellers left. As for how I know, feel free to hazard a guess. After all, no intriguing woman go without secrets. Let's go back to the Outerland. I'm rather affected by this incident. Humans will labor ceaselessly with no complaints for the sole purpose of living in happiness. However, if survival is the best outcome they can possibly reach, with a harsh environment, intensive mental stress, and absolutely no hopes for the situation ever improving, then the idea of enduring present sufferings for a better future would suddenly seem a lot less appealing. But unfortunately, such an inferior life isn't easy to achieve either. It's only a matter of time before the Outerland will perish with a terminal chronic illness. Unless someone can fix its star contaminated by the Stellaron, but what are the chances? I wanted to make this story into the dreamscape to educate people about what happened on the other end of the universe, but the family found this topic too oppressive and did not approve it. What a pity. Without a little melancholy, how can we bring out the happiness and better dreams? That's right. Without sadness, you won't experience true joy. Hey, wait, where'd they go? Hello? Benny? Benny?
Do you even care?
Hey, don't go any further!
Don't think there's any safe areas or, places where people can just hang out and, I don't know, be sad. Stop making them all sad. Benny! Where you at, Benny?
You all need to report this to the family.
Benny!
Immediately.
Benny!
Constructing dreams is something sacred. Reflective.
Was this him? No, probably not.
Dreams are supposed to be confusing.
Benny!
A little more
Benny!
to the left.
Benny!
Constructing
Maybe it's not
dreams
here.
is something sacred.
To dream is effortless, but to create dreams is arduous.
Why does my buff keep
That
disappearing?
Colleen is always coming up with bizarre ideas.
Yeah. Oh my god, that area took so long.
It's
So
getting
much
late.
talking.
Where to now?
Is there anything that I need to, I don't know, take some emotions here or something? No? Alright, I'm out of here then. Launch. Yeah, these pinball machines. Bubble pinball. She could learn a lot from me. I could have, been able to get that beacon. Oh, Lucy's here as well. Hello. Careful when you cross the road. Your body won't die if you get wounded in a dream, but the pain from a car crash still hurts the real thing. The impact on the pain is too intense, you'll be startled awake from your dream. In other words, I'm guessing no one in the dreamscape really wants to witness a horrific car crash. But don't worry, The family protects each and every guest with utmost care. You have many security measures to maintain the Dreamscape's safety. Why they have roads and why they have these flying cars on the roads? Just elevate it above. Have them driving on the tubes. Are you a traffic volunteer? Well, then happy to lend a hand. I'm actually the Bloodhound family's guard leader. Protecting travelers is my duty. As a guest, I hope you'll abide by the dreaming regulations and refrain from burdening others with a bad experience in the Dreamscape. As for those offenders who seek to sully the Dreamscape, you surely issue them with a warning. It would be best if one would avoid this outcome in the first place. Are you being punished with guard duty? From where I stand, protecting the safety of guests is no punishment at all. This may be a basic job, very basic job, but that doesn't mean it's meaningless. The family's business rely plenty on patrons who contribute to them. Only in unity can greatness be achieved. You're not a family member, so it's only natural you don't understand our ways. I forgive your insolence. Insolence? I have some questions for you. You've asked the right person for this. Servicing guests is one of the duties of every family member. I'll answer as best I can. What? Watch yourself. If you run into danger, Bloodhounds are your service. Alright, since rare someone would bother to talk to me, I'll give this to you. A friend of the Oak family gave it to me. But I don't have a sweet tooth. Is it the same? Let's make him happy. Oh.
The family protects all guests.
Alright, time to be sad. Wonder how many there are in Cornwall. There might be a lot more. Oh boy.
Isn't this a dream?
Yeah. The thing is, Golden Hour is supposed to be a dream, but there seems to be like so much restrictions it's not funny. Okay. It feels less like a dream, it's more like real life.
How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
It's bad enough bumping into a colleague. What's worse, it turned out to be that Rutgers. Yes, that sarcastic guy. I dare say there isn't anyone more annoying than him in the entire building material logistics department. I'm livid. What am I doing spending all this money on a vacation just to make this darn annoyance?
Angry. She's angry. He's depressed. I think that'll do it for this stream. Next stream's gonna be pretty big. Fate's Alias. Done everything. So I'm ready for the next one, which will be available 8 days, so I'll get a stream 2 more times and then a new update will come. Oh well, I'll catch you guys in the next one, I guess. Yeah. Peach? Assignments? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the damn book. I'll do it next time. Still got 2 more streams. I'll be able to finish it all, I'm pretty sure. Hope. Alright, that'll do. Peach,